Triple E Elvis 777 clocking in, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Just going on a rant today, I guess, because you know it's Monday and I didn't think I was gonna be here right now. I will say this: you ever tried to light a cigar with matches? It's freaking terrible. It's terrible, especially at the park where the wind's blowing. What is this called? La Roma de Cuba. Let's see, boom. Maybe you got that in there. Cigar today. I think I'm gonna have story time right now. But let me have a disclaimer first. One, I'm a man just like everybody else, you know, or not everybody else, but I'm a human in this fallen world and I make mistakes. I'm definitely not a role model. I'm definitely not perfect. But the difference is I acknowledge wrong over right. So when I do wrong, like when I drink the devil's nectar, I know it ain't good for you. I know it's bad. I know it's wrong. But you know, I'm out there doing it. When I go to the devil's dance stand, you know, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, put two and two together. I know things are wrong, you know. I'm not gonna come over here and act like everything's all good, everything's right. I think that society is, you know, falling and it's downhill. So I would never justify wrongdoing. I'll acknowledge that I'm doing wrong and, you know, try to live better, I guess. Sometimes, you know, you get that poison in you and you don't think straight and you do stupid things. So that's out there. Not once have I claimed to be perfect. You know, a little disclaimer for all you weirdos out there that are the people that are like, don't judge me, but then judge everybody, which I think everybody makes judgments. I think you make good judgments and bad judgments every single day. It's part of life. It's part of life. So I'm gonna get into this one. I'm not proud of this one either. I haven't talked to the people since, but I'm gonna talk to them again. This had to be like what, 2 weeks ago? We're gonna start off with the good part. I went to the flea market, you know. I'm not really, like, I'm new to going to flea markets and I like them because it's kind of social, having a good time. Didn't really consume any devil's nectar, so I just had a great sober time at the flea market. And got a phone call from my buddy. I'll call him Dreads. Dreads was in the area, so I was like, all right, I'm gonna go pull up a Dreads. Well, Dreads had it behind. He wanted to party tonight. So who do you call? You call me, Triple E Elvis 777. Sometimes you call me. So I was like, all right, I guess I'm gonna bring the devil's nectar. I brought a bottle of rum, bottle of wine, and then I had like a little extra rum that wasn't even open, or that was open. So I get there, we start, you know, start off with the shots. That's how it goes. Start off with the shots before we even go out. I have a flask that I fill with the nectar, and we start our adventure. There's like 6 of us. There's 2 girls and then 4 of us guys, or 5 of us guys actually. But the goal is to go out and go get girls. That was the whole goal. So we take a shot. Boom, boom. Everybody's already feeling saucy. I fill up the flask with the nectar. And then on the drive there, we pretty much down half the flask. Me and this other person, me and this other party goer, I would say Dreads lady. So Dreads lady, me and her smashed the flask about halfway. Before we get to the door, there's a huge line outside of this club. And I'm just sitting there and some guy comes up to me, he's like, dude, you look freaking awesome. What's your name? I'm like, they call me Elvis, man. Triple E Elvis. I'm here. And he's like, I'm Party Marty. I'm like, dude, Party Marty, you found the right guy. So I pull out my flask. I'm like, Party Marty, I know I don't know you. I know you're having a good time. Here's some of this flask, baby. So Party Marty's like, you know, I don't really take drinks from strangers, but you, Elvis, I'm gonna do it. So I give Party Marty a shot. Then I take a shot, and then the whole thing's gone already. So the flask is already gone before we even walk in the freaking door of this club. Which is insane because it sounds like not a lot, but it's a lot, okay? 8-ounce flask, shots before, crazy. And I'm not proud of any of this, okay? This is just one of those things that it happens, you know, life happens. So we walk in, and then next thing you know, freaking everybody's like, oh, let's order drinks. So me, I think ahead of time. I don't want to wait in line. Like, we just wait in line for 30 minutes and I'm already saucy. So I order all my drinks up front. I ordered 2 Coronas and then a pineapple vodka, or pineapple nectar. How about that? And then we go upstairs. You can't even move. We're like, you know, squirming through. I'm dancing. I'm an idiot, so I'm getting a little wild. But we're squirming through the crowd, get to the balcony, and we're all just chilling. Just our whole squad just chilling, having a good time. This dude comes up. I don't know why. He was just, I guess he was just saucy. He was drunk, and he comes around and leans on this girl, and the other dude likes her. And he's just like, hey, I want your social. I want all this. Not your social. I want your, like, pretty much. He wanted her social. He like leaned up on our group, right? Like this girl that somebody else liked in our group, and he just came up like really wrong. Like came up, put his arm around her, said, "Hey, give me your Instagram, give me all this stuff," and it was just weird. It came out in our circle, and so the other dude that likes her was like, "Bro, she don't want you on him," and she definitely did not want him on him. She was kind of like, "Get off of me," and he wouldn't listen. So the dude slaps his drink out of his hand. Okay, keep in mind, I still have my Coronas. I still got my vodka, pineapple. Slaps his drink out of his hand, and it get into like a little scuffle, not like a full-on brawl, a little scuffle. So like, it was already, that first club was already feeling off the energy, the vibe, you know what I mean, just the atmosphere, you know what I mean. They were just throwing us off. So somebody in our group suggests, hey, let's chug all of our drinks. This is how it messes me up. Let's chug all of our drinks and go to the next club. And I'm like, oh God, all y'all got 1 drink and I got 3 of them. So I started chugging these drinks, man. I think I gave 1 Corona away, but still, I was already there. Oh, I did give a Corona away. My buddy slapped a drink on another one of our friends, Dred's, hands, and he was pretty upset, so I just gave him my Corona, which was nice, very nice. Came through with a clutch, like slide through. Here you go, we got it, keep it going, nobody upset, boom. So now I'm chugging these drinks. We go to the next place, and it starts getting downhill, man. It starts getting downhill. The plus and minuses, if you don't know what I'm talking about, the plus and minuses in your brain start going away fast. At this point, I'm like hitting on every freaking female I see. I don't even know if they were ugly or not, pretty or not. I just, every girl in the world, just hit on them. So, we're having fun, we're dancing in the club. I meet this one girl, she's asking me to buy her a drink. I'm like, I don't buy girls drinks, you buy me one first, baby. And she's like, come on, just give me one. I said, look, I don't buy girls drinks, but I'll do it for you. I just walked like I was going to the bar and I just dipped on this girl. And that's why I hit on other girls. Got another pineapple vodka, got another Corona, smashed them too, so I don't know how many I'm in right now. And I see this Hispanic chick, this Hispanic girl is like feeling up on me, we're having a good time, you know, it's like kiss my cheek, we're dancing, whatever. And I'm like, just started, at this point I'm so gone that I'm inviting people back to the house party, which we didn't even have a house party planned, but I'm just inviting people back to the house party. So I see this group of 3 girls, I go up to them, I'm like trying to get my buddy Rockin' Stone, trying to get him some female action. And I go to these girls, I'm like, hey, I'll come to the house party. They're like, we don't even know you. I'm like, yeah, I know you don't. I said, I'm gonna give you 5 minutes, decide if you wanna come or not. Come back in like 2 seconds. We're like, so did y'all sign? She's like, you didn't give me time. I'm like, all right, come back with Dred's girlfriend. I'm like, hey, this is Dred's girlfriend. Nice to meet y'all. We're having a house party, you wanna come? And they're like, oh my God, I don't know you, get out of here. But the Hispanic girl, who was all on me, I guess she wanted to come back, so her and her 2 friends, and then I guess they had 2 guys with them. So it was like 3 girls coming back with the other group. And I'm just saucy, man. So saucy. So saucy that I pick up my friend outside of the club, and I'm squeezing him. I shouldn't be squeezing him like this. And like the cops outside were like thinking we were fighting, and we weren't fighting. I was just an idiot. I'm an idiot. Like I said, not proud of any of this. So I hurt my friend. And the cops tried to like pretty much break it up, and I'm like, oh, we're good, we're friends. And then my friend's like, oh yeah, we're friends. Oh my God, we're friends. I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm sorry. So we got the Hispanic girl and her friend who's Puerto Rican, and then we got a black girl coming to the party. All right, and I can say that because I'm fixing to tell you what happens to this story. We'll get back to the house, and I'm really gone at this time. Like I'm telling Dred's girl, I'm like, I'm gonna bang this girl on your balcony, which is so messed up because it's not my house. One, I don't know, like, you know, this girl, and you know, I just invited a whole bunch of people to this people's house, and they're like, you can't do that. I'm like, okay, I get it. I'm just too saucy. I was a mess tonight, like to the point where like it's kind of embarrassing. So they get here, she goes, this girl's coming back just for you. And I'm like, okay, cool. She comes back, first thing she says to me, she's like, do you remember my name? Baby, I don't remember your name. I don't remember half the people I talked to that night. So from there, I guess there's the bottle of rum still at the house, and I don't remember even drinking it, but apparently I drank it. I did something to their wall. I kicked somebody's freaking car. God, I mean, it's a blur, but I just remember like being inconvenient to everybody. So I apologize to those people. I'm going to apologize to those people too. And everybody's sitting down playing Uno. So perfect time while everybody's playing Uno to come in and sit down and play Uno, right? They're like, nah, you're too drunk, you can't play Uno. And then this one girl speaks like little English. And I'm an idiot, I'm such an idiot. And she says something like Spanish, and I was like, oh, where are you from? She said, Puerto Rico. Me being here and not here, I'm like a little out. So here's the situation. It's me at a round table. 3 girls I don't know, 2 guys I don't know. Hispanic girl says, I'm from Puerto Rico. And I had my dumb behind, I'm like, first thing come to my head, how do you feel about America owning Puerto Rico? I didn't know that was a crime. It was a simple question because I actually wanted to know how she felt, but apparently it's bad. So they're like, what did you just say? You're not allowed to say that. And then the black girl goes, you're not allowed to say that, you're white. White people can't say stuff like that. First of all, I did. I said it. I don't care. Second of all, you can't tell other people what they can and cannot say based off their skin color. That's kind of racism. But whatever. We're going to forget that anyway. So I was like, no, I just genuinely wanted to know. You know, I thought it was an easy question. And they were just like, where are you from? Where? And this is you and all this stuff. I'm like, look. I said, I get it. I messed up. Okay, we'll fix it. I'm not mad at nobody. Nobody's mad at me. Let's just have a good time, you know. And I was like, come on, baby. The girl that was with me, she's like, she asked me, she said, do you remember my name? I'm like, baby, I don't remember your name. And that's when she was like, oh, well, don't even bother with me if you don't remember. And I'm like, how am I supposed to remember? Like, it's one of those things. How am I supposed to remember? It's rough. Like, you can't blame me. You can't blame me. Like, come on. Just out here living life, having fun. Not saying any of this is right, because I know for a fact that this is right. I'm the bad guy in this situation. And so it got too wild where it was like 4 in the morning, and they already weren't messing with me after that Puerto Rico thing. But I tried to apologize, tried to make it work. They didn't like it. So they ended up leaving. My buddy Dreads was like, all right, y'all gotta go. And I'm like, I can't drive, buddy. I can't drive at all. So my buddy Austin, he was in one of my videos before, he ended up, we were on the way home, and I had to throw up like bad. So I was like, dude, pull over here. I don't even remember where we were at. Pulled up to a hotel. I throw up in the park like 9 times. We get to his house. I pass out on his little, I've never even like slept at his house ever. Pass out on his like little bed or whatever. He had 2 different rooms, so I passed on this like small like mattress. And I woke up in the middle of the night and threw up in a sink when there's a toilet right there. I'm an idiot. I really don't remember the rest of the story. Like, there's a lot more to that story that I'm sure everybody else would say. I know there's one girl who kept asking me questions that made her upset. And I told her that the guy that smacked the drink out of the dude's hand for you liked you. And she's like, I don't want to talk about it. So maybe it wasn't my business. But when you're that far gone, it's kind of rough, you know? So I'm definitely not that person when I'm functioning and sober. But that was just too much in one night. Way too much in one night. I definitely have a story that happened 2 days ago, a day ago, and I might tell that next time. I broke my phone and made out with some random girl, and did some ungodly thing at the double dance floor. But anyways, just my lesson from that is I need to take a break from some of that stuff, man. Like, you can't be proud of all this stuff sometimes. Sometimes you just gotta, like, you know, acknowledge that, like, you're the bad guy sometimes. Like, not always, though. Like, sometimes, most of the time, it's always, you know, fun, reasonable. Last time I went out with the same group of people, we had a great time. It's just this time I had too much poison and too fast. Too much poison too fast. Couple out bad at live, and you know, we're gonna continue to live on and rock this. But yeah, so my disclaimer is that I'm not perfect. There's like a glimpse into a story where you know, I was the bad guy. So sometimes it happens, man. Sometimes it happens. I'm definitely not your kid's role model, okay? So don't look at me like a role model. I'm just living my life and figuring it out. And you know what? You know, like, if you picture me somebody like Danny Mullen. A lot of people like Danny Mullen, but I like Danny Mullen. He gets ridiculous and loud and stupid and says some crazy things that some people don't agree with, but guess what? Just living his life. That's like Steve. Like, a lot of people don't like Steve. I like Steve will do it. Danny Mullen, Steve will do it. Kyle, all those guys, man. Like, I'm not saying like they're freaking scholars of the game or like change the world, but they're just living their life and being them. And that's how I'm being. Not making an excuse for anything. When you do wrong, you do wrong. Get up and try to live right. Sometimes, you know, here, I'll tell the other story. I have other people that could, see, this is the thing, like, me telling the story about myself isn't as fun, because I can have other people that can vouch for me at both incidences. So, about 2 days ago, I drove about an hour away with a guy I call Tactical Pants. Tactical Pants, he's only been in our city, right? He's only like enjoyed our city and hung out in our city. So I, you know, drove an hour away and showed him, hey, there's a different world out here. And the place where we went had like the girl to guy ratio was crazy, son. I actually went there to go meet another friend of mine, female, and she works at this club, and she said she gives free drinks. So I was like, all right, let's go pull up, just say hey, you know, we're gonna make this happen. And so we get there, we have a bottle of Plantation 69 proof. If you don't know what that is dangerous. It will kill you. That is the APV is 69. That is dangerous, son. Dangerous. So we're drinking that on the way there. Somebody else is driving, obviously. And we're getting saucy in the back, you know, water bottle full, so you can get rid of it. I'm not saying that we're perfect. I'm just saying this is a game plan. So we're getting saucy on the way there. I get there, the girl gives me freaking three sweet tea shots or green tea shots for free. Give her a hug, give her a kiss, blah, blah, we go hang out, talk to everybody else, go to the next place, the Devil's Dance Floor. And if you don't know what the Devil's Dance Floor is, I don't gotta explain it. You already know what it is. So we're hanging out, and this female comes over, and she's like, "Oh my God, like, where are you guys from? You want to come get a Devil's Dance?" And I was like, the young buck right there, Tactical Pants, never had a dance in his life. I said, go get young buck. She goes over to him, and he doesn't say one word. He's just like, no. I'm like, all right, come back to me, baby. So we're talking, chopping it up, having fun. I was like, I'll go in the back with you. This girl she was a nice girl, but the girl had no morals. Go back there, you know. Go back there, and she is just being nasty. And I might have sucked on something, you know, might have sucked on a nipple or two. And then she wanted to continue, and I was like, listen, I just want one. I just want one. I gotta go help out my young blood. We're gonna go help him out. And she's like, I tried. It's Mission Impossible. And she was asking me for a YOLO. I don't have the YOLO. I don't have the yo-yo. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, maybe you shouldn't watch the channel. I don't have that. I don't do that. Never have. Never will. And she just wanted to hang out with us all night. And I was like, listen, go make your money. Obviously, my little cousin's not interested. And she told me $100 to perform. And I was like, well, I'm going to give him the option, because I don't want the option right now. But, so, anyways, we just kept trying. And he just wouldn't budge. He didn't get one dance. And, you know, he's kind of shy, so we're just trying to help him out. He wears, when I say Tactical Pants, he wears BDUs. He wears, like, combat pants everywhere he goes. So we're trying to help him, right? We're trying to help him. He's 6'4". He's 6'4", like 140 pounds. He's lean. He's got abs. Like, he's got a baby face. Like, you know, you got everything you need. Like, what are you doing? So he wasn't feeling it. Then this random girl who didn't even work there. She was just a random girl. She was a black girl. I don't know what happened, but she ended up coming sitting with us, and I don't know how or why, but we started making out and kissing and all this crazy stuff. And she's like, take me on a date. And I was like, we're on a date, baby. We're already here. Which is not a date. It was not a date. But I was like, we're already here. Like, what else you need to know? She said she's from Kentucky. Kentucky, like, what's that guy's name? Ain't no Dixie Chicks. Jack Harlow. She said, you think you can handle all this chocolate? I said, baby, can you handle all this vanilla? We can make it happen. No, but she wanted me to go on a date with her, and unfortunately, when we got out of the club, I'm dancing. Like, I'm dancing outside in the parking lot, and my phone. Somebody smacked my phone out of my hand. A relative of mine smacked my phone right out of my hand, and it cracked, broke on the glass, and now I got this boofy behind brick, just temporarily. Like, still got the sticker and everything, temporarily. And this is a crazy night, man. So obviously, if somebody else was here, they could go into way more detail than I could, and a lot better detail. I'm actually keeping it a little bit more PG than it was. It's crazy. Oh yeah, here's my advice. If you're young and like you're not good with women, you know, this is wrong, but maybe you should go socialize with women in different settings. Settings where you think that, you know, it might be hard, but it's actually easier. So, I just think that a lot of people are too shy to talk to girls. I think it's sometimes talking to like an air balloon. But, I don't know. There's good girls, there's bad girls out there, that's for sure. And there's definitely bad guys out there. I went to the fair yesterday too. Fair, I just felt like I was like an old man because they were way too young at the fair. But life's not about just chasing women, okay? That's not what life's all about either. Sometimes having a good time, you know, having fun. If you're single, you're allowed to do that. If you have a relationship, then you shouldn't even be going out like that, man. Like, have fun. Like, have fun at the house with your girl. Y'all go on a walk or something. Like, I don't understand why couples go out and like show off their partners to other people. It's like, if you're not happy in your relationship, break up and just be single, do your own thing. Don't cheat. Like, don't cheat, just be single. Like, it doesn't, like, make it clear. Like, it's crazy. But yes, those are my, like, a few rough days. I think I'm gonna chill out for the next 2 weeks, just focus on, you know, work and save a little bit more money. I still owe the IRS, so the IRS is coming at me. I owe them about $3 grand still. I was expecting a check to come in, never came in, so whatever. You know, you gotta improvise, you gotta work with what you got. You gotta enjoy life though too, but also, you know, sometimes you do wrong, sometimes you do bad. It's nothing to be glorified at all. And I'm, like I said, I'm not a role model, I'm like a Danny Mullen, baby. I'm gonna make a video on Danny Mullen. I like Danny Mullen. Me and Danny need to hang out. For sure. Me and Danny need to hang out. And also me, Steve, me, Kyle, all of us. The Nug Boys and Danny Mullen. I'd hang out with those guys 7 days a week. And Ben Malla I would actually hang out with. Ben Malla is a freaking gangster. But that was my somewhat coded story. You know, there's like a lot more to that than meets the eye. But you know, sometimes when you're ashamed of things, you don't really feel like sharing. And I'm not the type of person to share all my business anyway. But you know, this is entertainment, I guess. So I'm figuring it out as I go. I'm learning as I go. Not a saint, never claimed to be. I just accept the good and I accept the bad, and I understand that there's a difference between them. And not everything you do is good, and not everything I do is good. I promise you that. So, Triple E Elvis, 777, clock it out. Thanks for joining my rant today. Boom.